Hi guys and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing the beautiful Danny's makeup. We're going to be recreating this Kylie Jenner inspired look. I will be posting more frequently from now on, so do keep an eye out. But let's get into it. So first I'm going to prepare her skin. She's got clean skin and I'm just going to pop on this vitamin E rich Superdrug moisturizer. I bloody love this collection. You'll see I use a few more of their products. And then I'm going to prime the skin using the silicone primer by The Ordinary. They do a bomb primer. It really smooths out the skin and gets you going for the foundation. Then I'm going to use this hydrating mist. I've actually put a little bit of loose highlighter in there too, just to give the base a little bit more of a glow. Now I'm taking The Ordinary foundation mixed with a little bit of Light Wonder just to break up that coverage a little bit more, to give the skin a bit more of a glow. And then beating that into the skin with the flat side of the Real Technique sponge, just making sure it's really flawless and cute or whatever. Then I'm going to use this really high coverage Makeup Revolution concealer in triangular shapes underneath the eye, a little bit on the nose and chin, just to draw more light and brightness into the center of the face. This will obviously make you look a little bit more awake, a little bit more alive, and obviously cover any dark circles one may have. Now I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Ibiza stick to contour and sort of warm up the skin a little bit. Blending it out with the complexion brush, also by Charlotte Tilbury. Use the bigger side to do the cheeks and the forehead area. Then I'm going to use a slightly smaller side just to go down the sides of the nose. It just fits a lot better. Then I'm going back in with the Real Technique sponge just to make sure everything is perfect, flawless and blended out, before I then put the Laura Mercier translucent powder under the eyes and under that contour, just to make sure everything is set in place, looking sharp, hard enough to cut a bit, you know. I'm also just tapping the rest of whatever's on my sponge onto the rest of the face, just to make sure everything else is in place, before then going in with my Airbrush Flawless Finish powder by Charlotte Tilbury, just to dust over the skin to make sure everything is smooth and perfect. To prime the eyes, I'm using the Makeup Revolution concealer once again in a lighter shade, just so that when you put on your eyeshadows it pops that little bit more. And then blending it out with a fluffy blending brush so that you can get all into the corners of the eye and make it seamless, creaseless and perfect. After I've done this, I'm just putting a little bit of that powder that I used on the eyelids earlier, just so that when you're going to blend your eyeshadow, you've got something there to blend it with. And now I'm taking the Hoola La bronzer. I haven't used this in years, but I forgot how bloody good it is. It's just really good to warm up the skin. Also just helps to chisel out your cheekbones and like your forehead and your jaw as well. So it's a definite staple product, I have to say. Using the same product but a brush slightly smaller, so like a fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to run that down the sides of the nose and also on the tip of the nose too. This will help to make it, you know, the nose appear a little bit more chiseled, a little bit slimmer, so if you've got any lumps and bumps going on, or you just genuinely want your nose to look like a little dot on your face, you might want to do this as well. Right here I'm using my little brush just to dust away any of the product that she's still got under her eyes, before I go in with the Urban Decay setting spray, just to make sure all that powder sinks into the skin nicely, soaks in, doesn't make you look ashy no more, before adding on blush too. This is the BH Cosmetics blush palette. This is incredible because then you've got a few options in that palette that you can choose from. So if you decide to do something a little bit more subtle one day, you can use one of the lighter colours. If you want to do something a little bit more bright, then you've got your bright pinks in there too. It's just a good all-rounder really. Now for the cheeks, I'm going to use a little bit of this Anastasia Beverly Hills Highlight Palette. We all love a little bit of ABH in our lives, you know. And then just controlling that product right on the top of the cheekbone. This is going to help to make the whole face look more lifted. You're going to look more youthful, glowy, gorgeous, beautiful. She's a model. She's Linda Evangelista. Now I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette to do her eyeshadow. I'm just going to start with a soft brown shade. I probably should have told you which colours I'm using, and now I'm watching it back, I have got no idea. Anyway, I'm using a soft brown transition colour. I think I'm using the shade, let me count. I'm using the colour in the third row, 6 shades in as the transition colour, and I'm just using that on the outer corner of the eye first, and then I'm using slightly less in the inner corner. You want to kind of create like almost a halo eye for this look, because that's what Kylie had, so that's what we're gonna have. Now I'm just taking a slightly fluffier blending brush just to diffuse the outer edges of that eyeshadow. So you don't want any harsh lines, you want everything to be really seamless, flawless and perfect. So yeah. And then I'm going to go back in with that same colour and just deepen up that crease a little bit more with a slightly smaller brush, and then go back and buff out them edges once more. Keep doing this until you're happy with your result, but basically you just want to add colour, blend, add colour, blend, add colour, blend, add colour, blend. So right now I'm adding in a deeper colour. This is like a burgundy colour in the palette, and this is going to act for like the smokiness of the eyeshadow. So again, on the outer corner we're going slightly closer in, and in the inner corner too, before applying the gold in the centre of the eye. So yeah, this is basically a spotlight eye, so you really want to control that product right in the centre of the lids, not really going too far into the inner corner, not going too far into the outer corner, but just so. I also decided to grab a little bit of this retrograde colour from the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette just to tap on top, because in the Kylie picture you can see like her gold wasn't quite a conventional yellowy gold, it had like a bit of green or something in there too, so I thought I'd just tap this on top just to make it as close to the picture as I physically could. Now I'm going to just take a black eyeliner. It really don't matter what colour this is because you're not really going to see much of it, but I'm just dragging that along the lash line and then smudging it out with a little smudger brush, just to create like a little bit of a soft smokiness on the lash line, so when you put your lashes on top it's not just sitting on top of shadow, and you'll have less likeliness of seeing a gap between the tight line and eyeshadow, you know. And here I'm just using a little bit of that Laura Mercier powder again, just to cut the side of that, just to really clean up the look. So when your blending's done, everything's not just everywhere, it blends out all down your cheek as well. It just makes everything a little bit more seamless. And to complete the eye look, I'm going to take these beautiful lashes by Prima Lash in the style Ritzy, and just apply the lashes to the lash line just to measure up and see how long we need them for her lashes. I did trim them slightly, and then I put on a little bit of duo glue and waited a few seconds for it to get a little bit tacky, and applied them with Tweezerman tweezers. But anyway guys, this is the end of the look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I had such a stunning model, so I just want to say thank you Danny for modelling for me. And yeah, if you guys are here from IG, please comment down below and say hey, it would be so nice to see that you guys have come to see my video, and yeah, hopefully see you again soon guys. Thanks, bye.